Hello, once again, Pastor John here. Let me share something with you today. I think sometimes the reason people struggle with believing or having a relationship with God isn't because they hate Him or they don't want to know about Him, but because they don't see how they could ever be connected to Him. When people hear, for example, in Genesis, that God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness," a lot of times people think, how am I made like God? I'm not perfect. I don't have power. I don't feel holy. But maybe we've been looking at the verse the wrong way. Let's go a little deeper. See, being made in His image doesn't mean you're perfect like Him, or I'm perfect like Him, but it does mean that you carry some of His qualities. Let me open this up for you for a second. God gets angry, but His anger is righteous. It moves towards justice, not destruction. We get angry too, but a lot of times our anger is messy and selfish and destructive. But the very fact that you and I feel anger at injustice, there's a fingerprint of the one who made us. God says He's a jealous God. And I know that sounds strange until you understand why. God's jealousy isn't about insecurity. It's about a covenant. It's about covenant love. It's about the love of a creator who knows that when His creation's our hearts chase after everything else but Him, we lose ourselves. But our jealousy, think about it, most of the time is about, it's about control or fear. But even that twisted version tells us something, right? You and I were created to love deeply, to belong fully. And then there's God's love. God's love is perfect. It's unconditional. It never runs out. Our love sometimes is dependent on the day, the mood, the moment, and unfortunately sometimes it is conditional. But here's the part that I don't want you to miss. The reason that you long to love, that I long to love, to be loved, and is because we were made by love Himself. See, all those emotions, anger, jealousy, love, they don't prove that we're far from God. They actually point to our connection to Him. See, you and I were made in His image, not perfectly, but intentionally. That's why Jesus came, to restore the connection sin had broken. So have you ever thought, I don't understand how I could be connected to the God, the creator of all things? It's just too big. How about this? What if the very things you feel every day are little quiet reminders that you came from Him? Reminders that He's today and every day, always calling you back to Him. I just wanted to share that with you, let you know I've been praying for you, and remind you once again, go to church somewhere this Sunday. God bless. See you guys.